remember sitting in a maths geometry class, staring out of the window thinking, when on earth am I ever going to use any of this? Well, I've got good news. Today is that day. Hi everyone, Carol here, and in this video we're going to use simple formulae to work out exactly how much yarn you need for your project, straight from your swatch. And I promise it's much easier than it sounds. So here we have the Humble Tensions swatch, which of course you always make for every project, right? We'll just assume yes. But this little sample worked in your actual stitch pattern is doing far more than checking tension. It's actually your yarn calculator. Let me show you how it works. Your swatch is your secret weapon. From this one swatch, you can work out exactly how much yarn you'll need for your project just by taking a few simple measurements. So here's what we need to record. The width of the swatch. I'm just using a tape measure and I'm going to use centimeters, but you can use inches if you prefer. We need to know the height, and again use a tape measure for that. And we also need to know the weight in grams. Kitchen scales should be okay for this as long as they're reasonably accurate. And that's it. That's all you need to store. Now I'm going to show you a tiny bit of maths now, but please stay with me. We're going to talk about area. Now from school, you might remember that the area of a square or a rectangle is its width times its height. So our swatch has an area which we can calculate. We also know how many grams it took to make, and what that's going to tell us is how many grams are used to produce just 1 square centimeters of knitting, and that's going to be really useful later for our full project. So put that fairly simply, our grams used per square centimeter is the grams, the weight, divided by the area, which we've calculated above. That second calculation there will give you a very small number, so don't round it too much. Keep a few decimal places so your answer stays accurate. But that number, it's your gold dust. We're going to use it for all our yarn calculation. Okay, theory moment over. Let's look at a real example. So supposing our swatch had a width of 18 centimeters and a height of 20 centimeters. And when we weigh it, it weighs 14 grams. This is all of our raw data that we're going to need to calculate the yarn for a project that's going to be created based on this swatch. Work out the area of the swatch first. So that is our 18 times our 20. And that's going to give us 360 square centimeters. Now, the other piece of information we need, remember, is how many grams do we need just to create 1 square centimeter? So we know that 14 grams is used to produce 360 square centimeters. So what that means is that 14 divided by 360 is the number of grams needed to produce 1 square centimeter. As I mentioned before, that's going to be a very small number, and I like to keep quite a few decimal places. So in this example, it is 0.038888. So here is our golden number, the grams used per square centimetre. And this is what we will use on our full project to work out the amount of yarn required. Now, you might be thinking, but the pattern already tells me how much yarn I need. And yes, it does. But what if you want to change the pattern slightly? Maybe make a sweater a bit longer. You want to use a different yarn which has a different tension, or you're designing your own project. Well, that's wonderful. But wouldn't it be useful to know how much yarn you're going to need before you start? So let's have a look now at our full project based on this swatch. Let's suppose we're making a blanket. Let's start off with a nice easy shape. And the width of it is 90 centimeters and the height of it is 150 centimeters. So straight away we can work out our area of our full project. And that is 90 times 150, which is 13,500 square centimeters. We've already worked out how many grams we use for 1 square centimetre. So all we've got to do now is take that number, 13,500, and multiply it by our tiny number, grams per square centimetre, of 0.038888. And that's going to give us 524.98 grams, which of course we would round to 525 grams. So it looks like at this point we have worked out how much yarn we're going to need. But there's always a but. You need to add some contingency, and I usually add 10%. And that's to cover joining in any new balls, any sewing up that might be needed, not having to frog your swatch, your tension might be a bit out, and so on. So it is a good idea to add just 10%. Now, if we want to take our 525 grams and add 10%, the easiest way to do it is to multiply it by 1.1. That is how you add 10%. So that gives us 577.5 grams, which again, I would round to 578 grams. Now, of course, you can't go into a shop and ask for 578 grams of a particular yarn. It comes in balls. So the next thing is to look at what size balls it comes in. So let's assume it comes in 100 gram balls. So if they're 100 grams, we need 578 divided by 100, which gives us 5.78 balls. That's what we're going to need. But of course, you can't buy part of a ball. So you would round that up, always round up at this stage, to 6 balls. And there we have it. We've worked out how much yarn we need for our blanket based on a swatch, which was using the actual stitch pattern that we're going to use. And that's it, really. Well, almost. You might be thinking, well, what about garments? They're not neat rectangles. But that's where your old geometry lessons come back in again. You can break your garment into simple shape using straight lines. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, have a look at these ones here. For example, you could break a sleeve into a rectangle at the bottom, which is the cuff, and something called a trapezium, which is the main part of the sleeve. Now, what a trapezium has is one pair of parallel lines. So that top line there is parallel with that line there. And in a minute, we'll see the formula for working out the area for that. Now, the back of a garment might have a rectangle here, A. It might have a trapezium here, so it's got one set of parallel sides there, another rectangle, C, and another trapezium, D. So that's quite easy to work out. If this was the back of a sweater and the front was the same shape, then you could say, okay, well, the front equals the back, but take away the amount that's not there because of the neck shaping. So that might be a triangular V-neck, which again is quite easy to work out the area for, or it might be a round neck. Now, if you draw a round neck as you would knit it or crochet it, you would tend to have a shape like this with straight lines first, which is another trapezium, and then a rectangle at the top. So basically, garments can usually be broken down into rectangle shapes, trapeziums, and triangles. How do we work out the area for those? Well, here's some formulae for you. We have, and don't forget, you can download a PDF with all of this in as well. So the area of a trapezium with 2 parallel lines is the width of those parallel lines, so A plus B divided by 2, that gives you the average width, multiplied by the vertical height. The area of a triangle is the width along the bottom times the vertical height, but then take half of it. If you needed a circle, you might remember from school that uses that wonderful thing called pi. So the area of a circle is the number pi times the radius, pi r squared. We've already seen a square or a rectangle today. It's take the base width times the height. And you might also come across parallelograms where there's 2 pairs of parallel lines, the top and the bottom, and the 2 sides are parallel to each other. And the area of that is the base width times the vertical height. So there you have it. You now have everything that you need to be able to calculate yarn calculations. So here's a summary of what you need to do. You need to make a swatch in your actual stitch pattern, measure the width and the height, and weigh it. From that, you can work out the area of your swatch, and you can calculate how many grams are used per square centimetre. Once you've done that, you've got everything you need for your large project. So work out the area of your project. And if it's individual shapes, just add them all together. Once you've done that, multiply by that grams per square centimetre figure that you had from earlier on from your swatch, add 10%, and then convert it to balls and round up. And that is it. And that's it. No guessing, no panic buying extra yarn, no running out halfway through a project. Just a little bit of school maths. Finally doing something useful. There is an accompanying PDF to this video which you can download from the description if you'd like to have all the details to hand. And if you'd like me to go deeper into this, especially for garments, let me know in the comments and I'll do a follow-up. Bye for now.